But I looked at the weather report. You had gusts. No, this is actually what we're experiencing.
Yep.
There was wind gusts up to 36 miles an hour, and it was a swirling wind. But I looked at the weather report. You had
the second goal. Okay, it wasn't the best defending.
Defending was terrible.
Well, it wasn't the best defending. Things can happen. Remember, we mustn't forget that it's been raining, so the pitch is quite.
It's been raining.
Yeah.
Are you being serious? It's raining for both teams.
Yeah, I know, but
come on, Ty. And there's various different reasons why we didn't win the league, and a lot of the traditional thinking will be, okay, there was a couple of VAR decisions, but for me, there's kind of two incidents or two times in history that probably weren't on the pitch, and the first one was the Queen dying. And just bear with me on this one, because when you think back to it, we were supposed to play Manchester City on October the 19th. Our form going into that game, that was our 6th straight win in October. We were phenomenal. We were absolutely on.
Our Arsenal players today, I know you might think this is stupid, right? But it does happen, right? They ain't slept in the same beds as they normally do, like, you know what I mean, right? Okay. The other thing is they're travelling in a coach. Yeah. It's not the same. All those sort of things.
At the pub, I was asking all of my guys a question. Would you swap Gabriel Martinelli plus money to get the signing of Kylian Mbappe? And you know what? They all said no.
Arsenal have never had a midfielder better than Steven Gerrard.
Patrick Vieira is a better footballer than Steven Gerrard. We've even got players on the rise like Declan Rice who are...
Nah, you cannot argue Steven Gerrard and Declan Rice. Are you daft?
Yeah,
I'm not being honourable, are you daft?
Listen, you spoke about the match winning.
Never ever say Declan Rice and Steven Gerrard again.
And to do it with the youngest team in the league, it's got to rank up. I certainly think it ranks higher than the Leicester City season. I think it does.
You are joking.
No.
We didn't win the league, and there's various different reasons why we didn't win the league. A lot of the traditional thinking will be, okay, there was a couple of VAR decisions, but for me, there's kind of two times in history that probably weren't on the pitch, and the first one was the Queen dying.
To me, next season we can win the quadruple. People might not laugh because the
quadruple?
Absolutely.
Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN. And we are back with some transfer news surrounding Arsenal. Make sure you're liking and subscribing, doing all that good stuff. And we've got a couple of players being linked with moves away from Arsenal. Listen, God willing, because, we need to get a couple of big earners off the wage bill. So hopefully, we get some of these players off. But big up to everyone that's locked in. We've got some news about a double swoop to get two players, Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus, two players that we've been trying to get rid of for a while now. Jesus injury prone, and Martinelli, one of the finishers, let's not forget about that one, the finisher that, is struggling to finish at the moment. Ironic, but he's one of the finishers. But we see this news right now. Arsenal open the door to two major exits as Atletico Madrid target double Emirates raid. Listen, come and get them. Don't make this deal difficult. Don't make it hard to get the deal over the line. Martinelli can go. 40 M's, you can have Martinelli. 30 M's, you can have Jesus, something like that. You know what I mean? Work around those numbers there and you can have them, because both of these players are not our future. Martinelli, a player that was supposed to be keeping up with Saka, but then again, keeping up with Saka, you look at it, Saka's been terrible. He's been terrible for the last 2 years, so he hasn't even, the heights of Saka that we've seen, the best version of Saka. Martinelli's still behind. Two players have gone stagnant, Saka and Martinelli, but Martinelli, we need to get rid of him. Not good enough, not worth the wages he's on, and I just think he's very limited. I don't think the talent of the player is that great. If you can only be effective when you've got space, that shows the limitation of you as a player. Not very good at creating opportunities for our striker. Very limited as a winger. Not really a winger, striker, but not going to get a look in as a striker. Too many players in front of him. Gyökeres, Havertz, Moreno. Not going to get a look in. For me, not good enough. And then you've got Jesus, been injury prone for a while now. been injury prone for a while, and for me, just a player that just never been what Arsenal fans tried to gas him up when we first got him. He was okay as a backup, but now, since the injury, the intensity of his game, the link-up play, everything's gone down. His best attributes have gone down. Never been a clinical striker. Only scored around 13, 14 goals a season. Never really put up the numbers to be clinical. He himself has already said he's not a clinical striker, so it is what it is. But let's get into this article here. La Liga giants, Atletico Madrid, are showing interest in Arsenal attacking duo Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli, according to Team Talk. Jesus, 28, Martinelli, 24, have both seen their roles shift this season, with sources indicating they are now viewed more as squad players at the Emirates. Both forwards remain under contract until 2027, although the Gunners hold a 12-month extension option in Martinelli's deal. Listen, if they're interested, they want him, they can have him. You know what I mean? They can have him. I don't know if we can work a way of getting a deal for Julian Alvarez. Alvarez does have a release clause of 500 million euros. I think, so it is what it is, isn't it? Obviously, we're not paying 500 million, but that's just so, you know what I mean? Nobody comes and gets him. But I don't know if we can work something in the deal that we'll sell both of those players. I don't see them letting go of Julian Alvarez. I'm not even sure Julian Alvarez would want to come to Arsenal. A very difficult deal to get done. But at the end of the day, they want Jesus. Either way, even if we can't get Julian Alvarez, if they're interested in Martinelli or Jesus or both, like this article says, they can have them both. I don't see a future for either player at Arsenal. They can both go, in my opinion. I think Martinelli's had more than enough opportunities to lock down that left-hand side. I think Trossard had slightly a better season than him. He's just too limited for me. Way too limited and way too inconsistent. So if they're interested in Martinelli, that's all cool. Martinelli, for me, is just not the player that he was gassed up to be. And I think with Martinelli as well, I think he needs to play under a manager that's a lot more attacking. Obviously, he's gone out there and got Lookman. Do they really want to go out there and get Martinelli as well? I'm not too sure. Getting Jesus, maybe they do like Jesus, I don't know, but I think they've got enough strikers there at Atleti. I take all these articles with a pinch of salt, but if they're in for both of these guys, then cool. Martinelli is also attracting significant attention across the continent, with RB Leipzig and Marseille also understood to be monitoring his availability closely. I could see him potentially going more for Marseille or RB Leipzig than going for Atleti. I think they play more his type of football. And also, I don't really see it. I don't really see Atleti going in for Jesus, but you never know. I didn't expect Russia to go on loan to Barcelona. So you never really know. Some of these Premier League players that don't really hold down a spot in one of the big teams in the Prem sometimes go to La Liga, you know what I mean? And they're able to do something there. But I just don't. We just need to get rid of him. We just need to get rid of him, bro. You know what I mean? We just need to get rid of him. I'll be real. Big up, man. Big up Yusuf in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Big up, bro. Big up Ghost. Big up, man. Not going to lie. This is never going to happen. But as a Spurs fan, I'll take Calafiori. You can have Calafiori. I'll be real, man. You can take him, bro. Because I don't care. All I keep hearing from Calafiori is, I miss home, I miss Italy, I miss this, I miss that. You can go back home, man. You know what I mean? You can go because you're not good enough. Not good enough. Hincape's come in this season, has absolutely shown him up. You know what I mean? I think if he was to go to Spurs, I think you'd see that he'd be more resembling a Porro than anything else. A lot better at going forward than he is defensively. So if Spurs want Calafiori, I'd sell them Calafiori. I wouldn't really care. I'd get the money. Whoever's putting in the money for these players that don't get into my team, you can have them, bro. You can have them, in my opinion. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Big up, though. Big up, Nameless, man. Big up, MB. Big up, bro. They can have Jesus and Martinelli, get Alvarez, Molina, Baena. Big up, bro. Bayana as Trossard replacement or Molina as Ben White replacement. Yeah, I hear it. Listen, I'm all for doing business for both of these players. I'll be real. North Nelly was a striker and he was very good. Sad that Arteta made him a winger. Yeah, but he's not going to get a look in under this manager, so we might as well sell him, bro. Do you know what I mean? We might as well sell him. I'll be real. We might as well sell him. It is what it is, man. Big up Chelsea, man. Big up Chelsea every single time. Big up. How's Simeone going to fit more players in his squad? He's got a ridiculous amount of players. Yeah, I don't really see it. You know what I mean? But whatever. If Martinelli wants to go, let him go. I'm really not that bothered, to be honest. If he wants to go, let him go. Big up Ravi as well, man, in the chat. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't see either one of these players going to Atleti. But you never know. You never know. You know what I mean? I don't know if they want to add a bit of experience. I know Simeone is overhauling that squad. Maybe they do want both of them, but that's what's out there. Martinelli, Atleti looking at Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus. Alvarez clause makes Arsenal move almost impossible. It reveals that he's got a 500 million euro release clause, Alvarez. I didn't ever believe that Alvarez is going to come to Arsenal, to be honest. I thought that was just a story that was out there. But I don't really believe that he's going to come to Arsenal, if I be real. But we'll see. We'll see. I'd love to get Alvarez here. I do think we need to get rid of some of our striking options. I think Jesus obviously clearly has to go. Not good enough. Havertz as well, not worth the money. What is he, our second highest earner? Not enough of a return. So if we have Gyökeres and we have Alvarez, I think that would be really, really good. Really, really good. Obviously, Alvarez has already played in the Prem, played for City. He knows the Prem. He obviously offers a lot better link-up play. But I think it's going to be really expensive to get this deal over the line. And there's bigger priorities. If we're able to get rid of Jesus and Martinelli, then maybe we find the money to go in for Alvarez, because we still need a left winger. I still feel like we need a proper number 8. And potentially another left back, because we've got Hincapié there. But if Hincapié gets injured, Skelly is just not a left back. Calafiori looks like he's on the way out. We're light there in that position. So a left back, arguably another number 6 or a number 8. You know what I mean? We are lacking those options in the team, and we need a left winger. You know what I mean? We need another left winger. We need a proper left winger to hold down that left wing before we go out there and get a striker. So I'm not too sure that Alvarez is our main target, that we're going to go out there and spend over 100 million. I think for us to get Alvarez from Atleti, they're going to want over 100 million, in my opinion. I reckon they'll want over 100 million. And I'm not too sure that we're willing to put that money down. That's the thing with that. But you never know. You never know. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wanted Lookman. A lot of the wingers that I wanted Lookman, but a lot of the left wingers that I wanted have been taken. So it's just one of those ones, man. I don't know. The club's gonna have to go out there and do some scouting, because a lot of the ones that I wanted, we missed out on. You know what I'm saying? Garnacho will be leaving soon, I'm sure. Take him for nah. Relax with that one. I am not taking Garnacho. No way. Yeah, I mean, Alvarez is good on and off the pitch. He's a top player. I think I like Alvarez. I like Alvarez. Big up North and everyone else in the chat. Big up, bro. Sell Saka, Gyökeres, Trossard, Martinelli, Madueke, Jesus, 29. Like, I wouldn't sell Gyökeres. I would keep Gyökeres. Trossard, I would sell. Martinelli, I'd sell. Madueke, I'd sell. Jesus, 29. Yeah, all the rest of them I would sell. But I'd keep Gyökeres, because he offers you something different. Even if you're not starting him week in, week out, he offers you something different. And you need different profiles. When you come up against different systems, you need different profiles at time, you know, depending on the opposition. You know, I'm not against having different types of players, but sometimes you need different types of players, man. You know what I mean? To unlock different defenses. Martinelli playing striker at Atleti would be deadly. I think it would be a good move for him. Maybe if he plays striker, but would he play in the way? I don't know where they would play him. Maybe as a striker, but then again, I don't know. With his next move, would he be happy holding bench? You know, I'm not sure. He ain't starting over Alvarez. He's starting over Lookman. I don't think so. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones. It really depends on what he wants the next stage of his career. If he wants to be the main guy or he wants to be at a big club where he understands that he's not going to be, nailed on starter. Griezmann obviously leaving and potentially Alvarez, but even them two leaving is still big squad. Yeah, that's true. Griezmann, yeah. I heard Griezmann's leaving. Yeah, to be fair, but is Jesus an adequate replacement for Griezmann? I'm not sure. He's not going to be cheap, and his wages are going to be high as well. He's on like 200k plus in his wages. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if they'd be willing. Maybe because the transfer fee is not going to be too much. If we sell Jesus, it'll probably be about 30 m's. The wages are going to be 200,000 plus. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. I don't know, man. Nah, I don't rate that Brobby guy, bro. You know what I mean? I can't. You know what I mean? I don't rate Brobby, bro. You know what I mean? It's mad. Lookman can't really be dropped. This is the thing. Lookman ain't gonna be dropped, and Alvarez ain't gonna be dropped. So I'm not too sure what they're gonna do there. Would you sell Havertz this summer? 100%. I'd sell him right now. I'd get the deal done right now. You know what I mean? I'd sell him right now. Sell him right now. Sorloth is a decent backup. He's a decent backup, to be fair. He's a decent backup. You know what I mean? Big up, man. Big up. But yeah, apparently Atleti are in for a double swoop when we will see. We will see. You know what I mean? We will see. Arsenal face big competition for Nottingham Forest, man. Arsenal are considering a move for Murillo, the centre-back from Nottingham Forest. What else does it say here in this article? Apparently Liverpool are looking at him as well. Apparently Arsenal are facing competition for Murillo from Liverpool as well. They are also tracking the defender. I think he's a good centre-back, but how many more centre-backs do we really need? We've got Mascara, we've got Henkape that can play there. We've got quite a few players that can play as centre back. I don't know if we'd go out there and get a Murillo as well. I know Henkape is more established as a left back, as a left back, but I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure we're going to go out there. I'm expecting us to make the Henkape deal permanent, and then we've got Mascara, and then you got Timber and Ben White fighting it out for the right back position. If you start Henkape on the left, okay, maybe you'd go with another centre-back. I don't think it's the most urgent move and position that we need strengthening at the moment, but I can understand. Because obviously Henkape can only play one position at a time. So maybe you do go for another centre-back. I don't know. We're going in for so many centre-backs and we still haven't sorted out the left wing position. So it's like, what we need to prioritise, because this attack still doesn't look complete. Even take away the performances, it just doesn't look complete. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And then if also we need to be looking at, I know the club probably ain't going to be looking at this, but we need to be looking at, if Saka doesn't kick on and step up, we're going to have to be potentially looking at another right winger. Because boy, I think Saka's best days are done. And then both our wings are looking not that great. Madueke on the right, Martinelli and Trossard on the left. This attack may need a big rebuild. We might need another right winger and a left winger. Based on the last couple of seasons and the way our wingers have been performing, they've been atrocious. I know the system doesn't make them look amazing, but their performances alone have not been that great. They really haven't been that great, I'll be honest. Really haven't been that great. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to look very, very spooky, I can't lie. Very spooky. So, yeah, we need to watch that one. I can't lie. But Murillo from Nottingham Forest, like I said, decent centre back. I don't know if that's going to be our main target. I think Liverpool may end up getting that. Liverpool already missed out on Guehi. So when Liverpool missed out on Guehi and he went to Man City, if they're interested in Murillo, I don't think they're going to let this one go to another rival. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll probably put the money down and get Murillo, while we're still thinking, what's our main target? What position are we going to address first? I still think we're going to address most likely the left wing is going to be the biggest priority. Because, we were trying to get rid of both of our left wingers and then we didn't get rid of them in the summer to then not address it again in the summer. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure we're going to go for a centre-back straight away. So that one there, I'm kind of looking at like, we'll see. We'll see. Liverpool, we mess about on price. That's how we lose out. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know if you're going to lose out again on another one. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Bastoni is there. But we're going to see who's available, innit? We're going to see who's available. Berta must be working on that already. Hopefully summer we get these signings. I think so. I think if I'm Berta, I'll be looking at the left wing and a number 8. We already got a 6 I don't think he's a 6, but we got Zubimendi to play 6 anyway. Under Arteta, he plays as a 6. We already got a number 10. I think we're going to get an 8, a winger, and I think probably another defender, maybe another left back, or maybe another centre back. I'm not too sure, but I think we're getting a midfielder and we're getting a left winger, 100%. But we need to balance the books because we've been spending a lot of money and we haven't really recovered. We haven't recouped much. You know what I'm saying? In terms of player sales, we haven't really recouped much. So we do have to balance the books. And I did see articles saying that Arsenal do need to sell this summer. We have to sell this summer. So, take that as you want to take it. But what's this one here? Arsenal set their sights on Nottingham Forest midfielder. Anderson is having an impressive campaign at the Midlands club. He's put a string of impressive displays in the middle of the park. The 23-year-old has scored 2 goals and grabbed 3 assists in 41 matches for Nottingham Forest this season. I keep seeing this one, Anderson being linked to Arsenal. And I'm not sure. We keep getting linked. I've seen these kind of links before and nothing come out of it. So I'm not 100% that we're going to get Elliot Anderson, obviously 23-year-old central midfielder for Nottingham Forest. I'm not too sure. I do think he would be a good addition to our club. Can play as central midfielder, attacking midfielder and defensive midfielder. But mainly as a central midfielder, I do think that we do need to strengthen the midfield. I think we need some flair in that midfield. We need someone that's good on the half turn, good on the double pivot. You know what I mean? And Anderson would be a good addition. But I'm not sure. We keep getting linked to him. I think the lack of our midfield options. I think we will be addressing the midfield, but is it going to be Anderson? I'm not too sure. Yeah, Ødegaard needs to go, man. Ødegaard needs to go this summer. I'm done. That experiment has failed. I think we need to let go of Ødegaard as well. I'll be honest. Like, for me, Ødegaard needs to leave, but Anderson would be a good addition. I'm just not too sure if we're going to go out there and spend the money. On Transfermarkt, he's valued at 60 million. So maybe they want 60 to 80 million. I don't know for him. I don't know if we're going to be putting down that type of money for Anderson. But we'll see. We definitely need a midfield option. I do think he would improve our midfield. his contract will expire in the summer of 2029. So yeah, us trying to get him on the cheap is not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? He's still got 3 years on his contract, so trying to get him on the cheap is not happening. You know what I mean? We're going to have to pay big money to get him through. There's a lot of our targets now. We're going to have to put down big money if we're going to try and get them through. Alvarez is not going to be cheap. Anderson's not going to be cheap. You know, if we say Alvarez, let's say we can get him for 120, 130. If we can get Anderson, you know what I mean? Let's say that's like 190. All of a sudden, we still haven't gone out there and addressed the left wing, and this is before selling anyone. So I don't know, man. I think we're going to be a bit more cautious this summer with our spending because we do need to get players gone and off the wage bill, and money coming back into the club in terms of player sales. So I think we're going to be a bit more cautious this summer. I don't think it's going to be as gung-ho as it was last summer. But the midfield and the left wing position are definitely positions that need to be addressed 100%. They need to be addressed. Modric will be back soon. We can loan him to you for a Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Thank you for the offer, but I'm good. It seems like one in one out this summer. Northside, the board wants self-sustaining at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. I think they're not gonna. Harvey Barnes, no, I wouldn't take Harvey Barnes. Too inconsistent. You know what I mean? Gordon as well has been linked to us as well, and I'm like, nah, too inconsistent. I don't want these inconsistent wingers. We got enough inconsistent wingers. Those are wingers that get themselves in good positions, but their finishing leaves a lot to be desired. Do you know what I mean? It leaves too much to be desired. It's not for me, man. It's not for me. I'll be honest. Not for me. I need wingers that are gonna lock down a place, you know what I mean? And like I said, I really wanted Lookman, but there we go. I guess the club felt differently. Jesus is leaving, so wages are gone. Havertz or Ødegaard, one of them probably getting sold. Martinelli or Trossard, one of them to be sold. That's 3. Well, hopefully you're right. You know, I didn't like seeing that. I didn't like seeing that we were using Miles Lewis-Skelly as a player that we can generate funds. I don't think he should be sold. I think he should be given a chance. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if we sell one of Lewis-Skelly or Ethan as well, if we are struggling to get fees that we want. Yeah, and that's exactly what I don't want from the club. You know, I want to see these academy players get an opportunity and get a chance to be able to prove themselves to get into the team. I don't want to see them being like sold off before they even have an opportunity. I don't understand it, but I get it because we saw apparently, you know, take it with a pinch of salt, but Miles Lewis-Skelly being linked with Man United, and I'm like, why? Like, why we should not be entertaining that. You know, and I don't think it's right. We haven't allowed Lewis-Skelly to have any minutes playing in the midfield, and then we're going to sell him because of his performances at left back. Like, it just doesn't make any. It's not right. It's not right. Give him an opportunity to prove himself in his natural position before you go and just say, okay, cool, like, we're getting rid of you. Like, I just don't think that's right. You know what I mean? I don't think that's right. You know, we didn't do that we let Emil Smith-Rowe and Ketia and all these other players that came through the academy. We allowed them to sink or swim in their natural position. The same with the Iwobi. Do you know what I mean? I think they deserve a chance, man. I think they deserve a chance. And if we was gonna sell him, at least build up his stock so he gets minutes. So at this point, if we're gonna sell him, we'll be like, all right, cool. Well, he had a very good season last season, and he's continuing this season. But every time we see him, Skelly's always out of position. Ethan's out on loan, you know. Hopefully, I'm hoping he does what he did with Saliba, where he let them go out on loan, came back, and then allowed them to get back into the team. Maybe. maybe let me give Arteta a little, just a little, maybe he's just like, you know what? I'm going to let you get some experience. And when you come back into the team, I'm going to let you actually work your way back into the team. Maybe. Who knows? North, it's about time Arsenal move like a big club and pull players from international friendlies. We play better attacking football. We better play better attacking football for us to have hope. Big up, bro. Yeah, I'm saying. Big up, my G. Yeah, I mean, hopefully, we will see, man. We will see. You know what I mean? Bless up, North. Big up, bro. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Make sure you're liking and subscribing, man. Big up, man. Big up, familia, man. Big up. I agree, North, but the truth is the board rightly won't want Arteta letting him rot on the bench when he's a marketable, pure profit sale. I can't argue with that because there has been a lot of times where we've been looking at we've been operating like that. The only thing is, hopefully Berta can see and say, yo, do you know what? There's a talent there. I think we should nurture the talent, not just get rid of it. You know what I mean? And give him an opportunity. Like I said, in terms of wages, we've got loads of players on 3, 4, 5 times the wages that Ethan and Mars Lewis Skelly are on. So from a wages perspective, not just the fee, we're actually going to save ourselves a lot more money as well. So it's not just the transfer fee, it's also the wages that we're forking out. So I think with all that taken into account, it's better to go and get rid of a Jesus that's injury prone, get rid of a Martinelli that's still young enough, 24, 25, that you can still sell and get a decent price. Trossard is on the decline. He's already in his 30s. He's already on the decline. Get rid of him now because his stocks are just going to go down. So, it's a depreciating asset, and unfortunately, these players are assets to the club. So Trossard his valuation's going down every year. Get rid of him now. Martinelli, he's 24, 25. Perfect time to sell. You can still say he's young, which he is still young as a player, but we can see that he's limited. You can sell him because of the price. You can get decent money for that. You know what I mean? Havertz, there's still a lot of belief out there that Havertz is somehow a good player. So get rid of him. Somehow, some people think that he's a top player. Cool. Utilize that to sell the player. Jesus, he get rid of him. Get rid of him. Use the fact that he's won the Premier League before with Man City. All that, these clubs know what they got to do to market these players. We need to be marketing our dead wood a lot better. You know what I mean? Marketing them a lot better. So, I don't think there's any excuse to go and sell Skelly and Ethan. No, there's no reason for me to go out there and do that. I'm going to crash out if we sell Lewis Skelly. Hopefully we don't. I'm going to have some faith that we don't. You know what I mean? I don't think Berto want to sell them. It's on Arteta to put the player in the window and give the board a reason to keep players around. That's the thing. He's got favourites, though. He's got favourites, and he's already shown. For somebody that was doing a youth project, he's got no faith in the youth, man. He's got no faith in the youth. I'll be real. He's got no faith in the youth. He always decides not to play the youth, man. He's shown this season. He's given way more minutes to Martinelli and Trossard than he has to Skelly and Ethan and Dowman. You can see what he wants to do. I hope the board. I hope the board overrides it like North. And I said it's more than that. I think they'll take it if it doesn't look like we'll get fees for others. Ødegaard may as well be sold as well. Well, I don't get it. I don't get him bringing. I don't even think Ødegaard's trash. I think it does what it says on the tin kind of player. Like he's a average player, but he's effective for what he does. It's not spectacular. It's not amazing. I just think that, especially against teams that press and commit players forward, I think Ødegaard would do great and should in that back line. He does a much better job defensively than Zubimendi. He's got nothing, Ødegaard doesn't offer anything going forward, but that's not his job. His job is to defend. And I think we should utilize. We could utilize him a lot more against teams that play like that. But we go with Zubamendi, that's not press resistant and that loses the ball, and it's been very inconsistent this season. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand it. But there you go. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But we continue. Tottenham join Arsenal in the race for top La Liga star. Arsenal have been joined by Tottenham in the race to sign Brahim Diaz, with both North London clubs aiming to strengthen their squads this season. Now, I keep saying this is another one that keeps being linked to us. Lately, we keep being linked to Brahim Diaz and we keep getting linked to Anderson from Nottingham Forest. But with Arsenal going for Brahim Diaz, I'm not too sure that we're looking at a Brahim Diaz. You know what I mean? I think he's decent. But I'm not too sure because we've been linked to this guy and I haven't seen anything. We've been linked to this guy time and time again and I ain't seen anything. So for me, I don't know. I don't know that if Real Madrid would actually, if they actually do want to sell him. I don't really know what's going on with Real Madrid. Their squad building has been all over the place. You know what I'm saying? There's been quite a few positions they haven't replaced. But like I said, right winger, can play on the left, can also play he can also play in the 10. Brahim Diaz, is he getting into Arsenal playing in the 10? I don't think so. I don't think he's getting in over Eze. Ødegaard, I mean, maybe if we sell Ødegaard, then we need another number 10. I think, I definitely rate Brahim Diaz more than I do Ødegaard. I don't rate Ødegaard at all. Maybe then use it, for that position. Madueke is in rotation for Saka on the right-hand side. The club seem to like Madueke. So, I don't like Madueke, but are they going to get rid of Madueke? We just brought him in. Are they going to get rid of him? I don't think so. So would Brahim Diaz want to come to Arsenal and play, I don't know, third place or second place winger? Like Saka's on 300k a week. So let's just be real about this right now. Yeah. Saka right now is on 300k, got a new contract. He's not going anywhere. It's just the truth. For me, I've got no sentiment. Saka continues to perform like this, I would sell Saka because I think his best days are done. And it's sad because it's not his fault, but it's the truth. He looks finished. But Saka, Starboy, 300k a week, the club's going to keep him. He protects this ownership. He protects this manager. He's very loved by the fan base. He's going to stay. They're never going to get rid of Saka. Like, they love this guy too much. He sells too many shirts and he's a fan favorite. So forget that one. Madueke, we just brought him in. I don't see them getting rid of Madueke. I think Arteta quite likes Madueke as well. So he doesn't get into the team there. If you bring him in for the left wing, cool. We probably are going to move at least one of Trossard or Martinelli. I believe we're going to move on. Okay, cool. It's not his primary position, but you play him. You bring him in as a left winger. Why not just go get a more natural left winger that's his starting position? I don't know. And then in the 10, would he come in and play in the 10? If we keep Ødegaard, where would Brahim Diaz fit? Eze would probably start, and then Brahim Diaz would probably be second choice number 10, and then you've got third choice number 10 Ødegaard. But then would he really be that? Because this is the thing, like we don't even know if Eze is going to be a starter because Ødegaard's captain. So because Ødegaard's captain, this manager always wants to start him. I just don't see how it would work. I just don't see it. I just don't see it, in my opinion. But it's out there. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna come to Arsenal. Yeah, North, I don't think Norgard is trash. But if Arteta won't use him, I'd rather sell him and give the spot to Skelly or buy a young talent in that position. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. You'd think you'd love Norgard because he's all about defend, 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 and so is this manager. You'd think you'd love Norgard, but some reason he doesn't. Only way we get Brahim Diaz to me is selling Martinelli and Trossard. I don't think he'd be on that high on wingers list for us or our board. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think there's anything in it. Arteta were in Saka. Arsenal would never sell Saka no matter how bad it is. Yeah, Saka. Saka's immune from bad performances, bro. They'll never hold him accountable. Top Gooners and Ian Wright would riot if Saka was sold. They'd go crazy, bro. They'd go crazy. Like, he's never getting held to account, Saka. Like, they love him way too much. But Brahim Diaz is a good player. Would he take us to a next level? I don't think so. I don't think Brahim Diaz takes us to another level. But is he better than what we currently have? Well, I rate him more than Madueke. I rate him more than Martinelli and Trossard. I'm rating more than Ødegaard. So the positions that he covers, I actually rate him more than some of the players that we've got. But I just don't see it happening. I mean, look at Ceballos. Ceballos was came over here on loan. And as soon as Madrid said they wanted to keep him, he stayed over there. You know what I mean? So if Brahim Diaz wants to stay at Real Madrid, why is he coming to Arsenal? You know what I mean? Last time we got a Real Madrid player was Ozil under Wenger. But like I said, that was Wenger. You know what I mean? And we wasn't playing this diabolical football. So I don't see us getting Brahim Diaz, in my opinion. But you never know. Maybe the player does want to leave. You never know. You never know with these things. You know what I mean? It's all about what the player wants. But we will see. Inter Milan are also eyeing Calafiori. Inter Milan are now eyeing Calafiori. And good riddance for me. You can go. I don't rate Calafiori. I really don't think Calafiori is that great. I really don't. Defensively, I think he's a mess. You know, I think some of the recent defenders that we've brought in, I think Mascara has been a decent buy. I think Mascara has done well for us. Let's be fair. I think Mascara has done very well for us. I think Hincapié has been excellent for us. I think Hincapié has done really, really well for us. Very, very good defender. Timber's been magnificent. Calafiori has been the one that has impressed me the least. You know what I'm saying? He's impressed me the least. And, you know, the fact he keeps talking about he misses Italy, I think he doesn't like the competition, you know, because he knows that Hincapié gets into the team as a left-back over him. And he's already complaining. So, you know, he hasn't been here that long. And he's already talking about, I miss Italy. I think you should go back to Italy. You know what I mean? And if Inter Milan can buy you, you know what I mean? If they pay a decent fee, then I'm happy to get rid of Calafiori and go in and get in a left-back that can defend. But I've been very impressed, especially with Hincapié and Timber. I think they've been excellent defensive recruitments, very good defensive awareness, good positioning, good 1v1, just very controlled, very, you know what I mean? Very, very good acquisitions from Arsenal. Obviously, Hincapié, where I expect us to make it permanent. I've seen articles saying that we're going to make it permanent. I think we're going to make it permanent. I think Hincapié is a great buy. A great buy. Timber goes without saying. Been excellent. But Calafiori, the best that I've seen from Calafiori is that goal he scored against Man City when he went forward. I think playing Calafiori as a winger, I think you might actually unlock a better player, you know, if you allow him to go forward, because he's actually got a decent dribble. He's got quite a lot of speed and he likes to take shots. You know, he likes to take shots and opportunities. I actually think Calafiori could become a decent left winger if given the opportunity. But I don't think this manager will do it. But I think he could actually thrive as a left winger, to be honest. I think he would be looking a much more promising player as a left winger in my opinion. You know what I mean? But Yeah, defensively, yeah, not for me. Not for me. Saka right now is not even better than Nicolas Pepe, but on Brahim Diaz, I rate him, but we should really aim for better players, especially very good players who actually play on the left-hand side. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's an amazing player. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I agree with that, man. I agree with that. Kvaratskhelia North, would you take him? I would take him, bro. But it's not a question of if I would take him. It's more, would PSG sell? And I don't think they will. And they're not a team that's tight for money or, that needs, you know what I mean? So I don't really see us getting the player for that reason. Because I just don't see why, one, he would leave PSG. Two, listen, PSG are still in the conversation to win the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? So because PSG are still in the conversation to win the Champions League, he's won it already. I reckon if Enrique stays at PSG, Kvaratskhelia stays. I don't really see him I think the only ones that can really turn Kvaratskhelia's head is Real Madrid or Barcelona, but Real Madrid have got Vinny on the left, and Barcelona got Rafinha on the left. So does he get into those squads? I think he'd probably just want to stay at PSG. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure he would leave PSG at this moment in time. Where does he fit in? Do you know what I mean? If he leaves, I don't know. Maybe City could get him because Kvaratskhelia gets into the Man City team over Doku. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones. But would they put the money down? I don't know. But coming over to Arsenal, he would get into Kvaratskhelia would walk into our squad. I would take Kvaratskhelia. I just don't think that we want Kvaratskhelia, if you get what I'm saying. Not we want, sorry. I think we want Kvaratskhelia. I don't think Kvaratskhelia wants to come to a club like Arsenal. I think he'd want to go to an established European giant if he was to leave PSG, alongside having reassurances that he's playing week in, week out. So I don't know. I don't see, you know what I mean? I don't see why it would make sense for his career. You know what I mean? I think when you get these kind of players, like I said, when we got Ozil because he was no longer getting into the Real Madrid squad. We got Alexis Sanchez because he was going up against MSN, and you ain't getting into that team with Messi, Neymar, Suarez. They're not getting into that squad. Do you know what I mean? There were certain situations that allowed us to be in a strong negotiation situation to try and get those players. You know what I mean? But now when we go for a lot of these players, they're like, why would they come over here? Do you know what I mean? Even if we got into the conversation with Elise, first of all, Elise, let's say obviously Elise went to Bayern, but while they were talking to Elise, Bayern would just be like, yo, Hansi Flick in recent times has won us the treble, won the Champions League. You know what I mean? We've got Champions League heritage. It's guaranteed trophies. We run the Bundesliga and we're a bigger club. Do you know what I mean? Than Arsenal. And these are now the conversations that we're in now. You know what I'm saying? These are the conversations that we're in now, where we're going for players where clubs that are elite are being like, well, we can offer the wages plus the heritage, plus a proper real opportunity of actually winning these major honours. You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing, we could have never competed with Bayern for Elise. You know what I mean? First of all, he walks into their team. Second of all, we got Starboy there. You know what I mean? The Arsenal are not going to drop Starboy, and then it's one of those ones, man. It's mad now. It's mad. You know what I mean? It's mad. But this is why I want this club to act fast and act quick. If you think about it, getting Eze and Gyökeres, those were relatively easy deals. Let's just be honest. Sporting ain't winning the Champions League. Inferior league. You know what I'm saying? Inferior league, let's just be real, that can't offer the wages. So getting a Gyökeres from Sporting is easy. Getting an Eze from Crystal Palace is easy for an Arsenal. But then when you want to go and get a Kvaratskhelia, or you want to get a Vitinha, or you want to get a Pedri and all that, no. These are different conversations. These are different conversations now. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Arsenal need to operate, obviously we have to try, you never know, but we need to operate like with top players that, are disgruntled and not happy where they currently are, because we can't go toe to toe when it comes to heritage. And this is why I get onto this club all the time, because the more you're complacent about this stuff, the more every time we get into a position where we've got a team that can compete, you know what I mean? We're looked at as the other option, the backup option. You know what I'm saying? Yo, big up, man. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better, bro. I'm going to be filming for the second channel again tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to be up early. I'm going to be filming early. It's going to be a big filming day tomorrow. So yeah, man, big up, man. Big up, bro. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit better, man. Love, man. You know what I mean? I'm feeling a bit better still. And yeah, just been resting, man. Didn't go clubbing on Saturday. Just stayed in and chilled and recovered, man. I'm happy I didn't go clubbing. Just relaxed and chilled and, you know what I mean? Because I was feeling this whole week I've been so rough, man. So rough, you know what I mean? I need to get better because I got my auntie's birthday as well coming up. So, yeah, man, I had to be better for that, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, big up, man. Big up. Love for that. Big up, man. But anyway, we continue. Ben White being linked to Newcastle. Like I said, I keep saying this about Ben White. I think the Ben White situation is quite sad because before injuries, you know what I mean? Before all this run of injuries that Ben White's had, he's actually been a top player for us. He's actually been a top player, but unfortunately, the injuries have been mad, and Ben White has been a shadow of the player that we've seen before. A shadow of the player. I really want Ben White to get back to the level that he was at. You know what I'm saying? Because Ben White was a solid defender. Ben White, before the injuries, was nailed on starter week in, week out. Nailed on. You know what I mean? So it is sad because I rate Ben White. I rate him as a right back. I never rated him as a centre back. I didn't like him as a centre back. But when he played as a right back, I was like, yeah, this is a very good right back. I know Timber's a different level, but people still downplay how good Ben White was for quite a few years for Arsenal. But yeah, this injury stuff has taken something out of his game, and it's sad to see. I mean, if we deem it that he's not going to get back to his best and the injuries have finished him, then by all means sell him to Newcastle. But it'd be sad for it to end like that because of so much, because of the injuries. It's a bit like Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu, when he was available, was actually a good defender. But when was he available? You know what I mean? And these are the things, man. Some players are just really unlucky, man. Their body just deserts them. You know what I mean? And some players get the wrong injuries and they're just never the same. You know what I mean? They're never the same. So I'd hate to see it like that for Ben White. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just one of those ones. It's just one of those ones. Newcastle, if they give us a decent fee, we can go out there and recruit. But then we have to go get another right back because then we're down to only one right back. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. We need to assert ourselves as a big club that will win trophies and be respected as main options for players to move to in their careers. But I don't see that under this manager. I don't know if I see that under this regime because this ownership, we talk a lot about the manager, but this ownership needs to show the standards too. Do you know what I mean? Ben White was very, very good from 22-23 to 23-24, but injuries killed his career at that level. And this is why I put most of this blame on the manager. Facts. Ben White was very good, man. Very good player. But Arteta, he'll run you into the ground, bro. He'll run you straight into the ground, bro. You know what I mean? And just expect you to just never be injured, never. Like, it's just crazy, bro. It's actually crazy. You know what I mean? It's actually crazy. It's frustrating, bro, because this manager's not realizing that. He's not realizing that you're ruining a lot of players' careers. A lot of good players as well. They're not bad players. You know what I mean? They're not bad players, bro. They're not bad players. But there we go. Same with Tierney. Yeah, man. Yeah, same with Tierney. Spurs are considering hiring a player manager or appointing a temporary boss from within the squad to manage the final 7 matches. Yeah, that man there. I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow. Igor Tudor's left Spurs. I'm going to be dropping an early video about that. So yeah, man, stay tuned for that. That's why he was bought for like 50 million M's when we bought him. It's sad. It's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy, bro. You know what I mean? A lot of players have been run down into this situation. As much as this manager tries to talk like that's not the case, it is the case. Ben White ran into the ground ever since he's been here. Under this manager, Ødegaard, Saka, Gabriel, Saliba, Rice, Partey was run down into the ground the same as well. Ødegaard, all these man run into the ground. You know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man. But it's just frustrating. It's frustrating, yeah. And then we're getting all these injuries, and look how many injuries we got. We got like 7-8 players out injured. Like, this is mad, bro. Like, this is actually mad. And the maddest thing, yeah, is we don't even play like high pressing football. This is all from the mileage they do, constantly defending. Everybody has to constantly be running back. You know what I'm saying? So it's fatigue, man. It catches up with you. You know what I mean? We've seen it with Klopp. You know, we do the opposite because we bust a gut to get back. Klopp's team used to bust a gut to get forward and score goals. But when you keep starting the same players and the same thing, you start getting fatigue. And I think this season we're really seeing the consequence of this manager playing like that with the same players week in, week out. A lot of players that have been here for a long time are getting knocks and strains and looking fatigued and getting shattered. And we could have really used this international break could have really been used to re-energize the squad. Instead, we've got so many players fighting for, to be healthy enough to play and playing through injury and going out an international break. Like, we could have used this international break really smartly and reset, especially after that loss in the Carabao Cup. We could have used this international break to our advantage. But welcome to Arsenal. Everything's always got to be complicated. Everything's always got to be extra. It's just this club, man. It's always like this. It's really, really boring, man. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I think the combination of this squad looking fatigued and the manager out of ideas, I think we're done. I can't lie. But it's down to the club to show me otherwise. But the way Arteta lost in that final, we're in big trouble. And the way we're seeing Timber, Gabriel, I'm seeing that Saliba's going to be back after international break. I'm like, cool. This is what you lot are telling the media, but really and truly, is he really ready to come back? You lot told us that Ødegaard's ready to come back. He came back, he get re-injured. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. I take everything with a pinch of salt, man. I take all of it with a pinch of salt from this football club. There's no prevention at this club, bro. You know what I mean? I don't think all those injuries are real, yeah? But this is the thing. I will say this. There can be an element, and I said this in the video, there can be an element where we're trying to prevent injuries. But look at these guys with the quadruple charge raid. I beg you, allow me, bro. About quadruple charge raid, bro. I'm saying, big up, man. You know what I mean? Big up for the raid. But allow the quadruple charge talk. Anyway, before I was distracted, look what you done to the class. As I was saying, I don't know what's real and what's not real. You know what I'm saying? This manager said that certain players are available and then said that these certain players can only play for 20, 30 minutes. This manager said that certain players are fine and then they get reoccurring injuries. This manager said that, So at the end of the day, with Arteta, you know what I mean? You never know if players are fully fit, if players are not fully fit, if players are ready to perform, if they're not ready to perform, if players are available, they're not available. I don't know, bro. I don't know. So that just causes, like, when I see something, that just causes me to panic. Because off the bat, I'm just like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what's true, what's not true. I don't know what's right, what's wrong. I don't know with this manager. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones, bro. These guys, I swear down. Look at this, man. Look at this. About Big Bomber, Man said Big Bomber. Xavi got fired at Barca even though he won the league before, while Arteta's been there for 6 years with 0 trophies. This is why Arsenal won't be a big team. Xavi was at a big club, legend, by the way. Exactly. If Arteta was a legend to Arsenal like Xavi is to Barca, these men would be like, no, Super Mick can never be. He can never get fired. Look what he's done for the club, even without winning a league title. And if he wins one league title, watch them protect him for the next 10 years. If Arteta wins if he wins a league title this season, they're going to use that now to defend him for the next 5-6 years, more than 10 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. But yeah, man. It is what it is. Northside, do you mind giving me a mod? I respect your channel, G. Yo, big up, man. Yo, yes, sir. To be honest, Jonathan, I ain't seen you here before. I don't recall seeing you here before. Yo, yes, sir. Do you vouch for this guy, bro? Because I can't be giving mod status to just anyone, innit? Yes, sir. If you're in the chat, yeah, let me know. Is this guy 30? Is he not 30, bro? Is he 30? Is he not 30? Because I can't just be giving mod. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't lie. Big up, Jonathan, but I ain't never seen you in my chat before. I can't lie. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Yasser, let me know, bro. Let me know, bro. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't know. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, Bolstat, you've been in time. Yeah, you can. No offense, yeah, but I'm not just I can't just give it out to just everyone, you know what I'm saying? There we go. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah. Jonathan, yeah. Jonathan, we ain't verified like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm respectfully, bro. I don't know, bro. But big up though, big up. Bolstat, yeah, you always here. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be giving this. You know what I'm saying? But big up though. You know what I'm saying? Big up. But yeah, as I was saying, man. Yeah. What was man saying? Yeah, bro. I just want the season to be over, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Thomas Tuchel discusses Noni Madueke's injury. Thomas Tuchel has admitted he is concerned about Noni Madueke after the attacker sustained an injury during England's match against Uruguay. Let me get to the quote. Thomas Tuchel said, "I'm worried, of course, because I think he was a difference maker today. He started well. He was full of energy. He was ready to go. And I think against a team like Uruguay, who relies on one-against-ones to isolate them there and to go in on one-on-ones from every minute out there, the spaces open up. He could have been a key player for us, which he is. It's very sad and upset. Hopefully it's not going to be a big injury." Bro, this guy's out for time, bro. This guy's out. Bro, Diamond ain't starting. There's no point. Diamond ain't starting, bro. I'll be real. Diamond ain't starting, bro. You know what I'm saying? Diamond ain't starting, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Right. Who's live? DJB's live. Cool. We're gonna redirect to DJB. Big up to everyone that's locked in. We're gonna redirect to DJB. Northside raid on the way in, and I'll see you lot tomorrow. Love.